Close your eyes for a moment. Feel it, that knot in your stomach, the whisper in your ear that says, don't, you'll fail. What if they laugh? What if you shatter? Fear, it's not a monster under the bed. It's a shadow that follows you everywhere. The one that keeps you small, safe, but oh so stuck. We've all met it in the quiet hours, haven't we? That first job interview where your palms sweat like summer rain, and every word feels like it's slipping through your fingers. The conversation you rehearse 100 times in the shower, but never start because the risk of rejection feels like a cliff's edge. The dream you bury deeper and deeper because what if echoes louder than try? It's the invisible chain around your ankles, holding you back from the life you're meant to run toward. Sound familiar? If it does, good. Because today, we're not running from it. We're staring it down. But here's the truth I want you to lean into, to let it sink into your bones. Fear isn't your enemy. It's your compass. Yeah, you heard that right. It's not here to stop you. It's here to guide you straight to the places that matter most. To show you where your edges are, where the real growth hides in the discomfort that makes you want to curl up and hide. Think about it for a second. Every breakthrough in your life, every story you'll tell your grandkids one day, it was born from a moment of sheer, gut-wrenching terror. That time you spoke up in the meeting, heart pounding like a war drum, voice barely above a whisper at first, but you said it anyway. Or when you hit send on that email pitching your wild idea, fingers hovering over the delete key like it was a lifeline, but you let it go. Fear to win those battles. You did, by showing up sweaty and scared, but showing up all the same. And on the other side, a quiet pride that no one else can touch. Let me take you back to my own storm, because I know what it's like to feel trapped in that cycle. A few years ago, I stood on the edge of a cliff, not the rocky kind with wind whipping your face, but the metaphorical one that feels just as real, just as sharp. I'd built a life unsafe. A steady job that paid the bills but drained my soul, a predictable routine of coffee and commutes and collapsing into bed with Netflix as my only escape. Zero risks, zero waves. But inside, a fire was raging, low and constant, screaming for more. I wanted to launch that side hustle I'd sketched in notebooks for years, a creative venture that lit me up like nothing else. I wanted to write that book, the one with words that had been clawing at the inside of my skull since college. I wanted to chase the passion that kept me up at night, staring at the ceiling, wondering if this was all there was. Yet fear, it crashed over me like a tidal wave, relentless and cold. You're not ready, it hissed. You're not good enough. People will see right through you. They'll laugh, they'll leave, they'll confirm every doubt you've ever had. It paralyzed me for months, turning ambition into anxiety. I'd wake up in cold sweats, replaying worst-case scenarios like a director obsessed with a blooper reel. The pitch that bombs, the launch that flops, the silence from friends who suddenly ghost. One night, in the dead quiet of 3 a.m., with the city humming faintly outside my window, it hit me like a freight train. Fear wasn't protecting me from pain. It was imprisoning me in regret. And regret? That's the real thief, the one that steals years, not moments. That's when I decided, enough. I wasn't going to wait for courage to knock on my door like some polite guest. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's a deliberate choice to move through it, one shaky step at a time. So I started small, tiny, almost laughable steps that felt ridiculous in the moment, but revolutionary in hindsight. I'd wake up and whisper to the mirror. Today I choose bold, even if my reflection looked as unconvinced as I felt. I'd write one sentence for that book, just one, no matter how clunky it came out. I'd make one cold call, voice cracking like a teenager's on prom night, expecting a hang-up but hoping for the spark. Each time, fear roared louder first. See? This hurts. Turn back. But then, slowly, inevitably, something shifted. The roar dulled to a rumble. The rumble softened to a whisper. And the whisper? It faded into the background noise of progress, like static on a radio you finally tune out. Science backs this up, doesn't it? It's not just feel-good fluff. It's hardwired into how we're built. Your brain's amygdala, that ancient alarm system, lights up like a fireworks show at the first whiff of danger, flooding you with fight-or-flight chemicals that scream retreat. But here's the beautiful hack. Exposure therapy in real time. Face the fear in controlled doses, and it loses its iron grip. Psychologists call it desensitization. I call it leveling up your inner game. It's why exposure works wonders in therapy rooms, and why it scales to life. Remember the Wright brothers, those bicycle tinkering dreamers terrified of heights, mocked by every expert who said flight was folly? Fear tried to ground them, but they tinkered through it, crashed 100 times, and on that blustery day in 1903, they soared. Or Malala Yousafzai, a girl with blog and a voice, staring down bullets and threats from the shadows of oppression. Fear tried to silence her forever. She turned it into a global megaphone, proving that one brave step can echo across mountains. And it's not just history's giants. It's everyday warriors like you and me. Think of the single mom who enrolls in night classes after a decade out of school, palms clammy over a textbook, terrified she'd be the oldest in the room. Or the introvert who starts a podcast, microphone shaking in hand, convinced no one will listen. They didn't conquer fear in a blaze of glory. They chipped away at it, day by day, until it's just a scar, not a shackle. So how do you do this? Right now, in the messy middle of your own story, let's break it down into a roadmap you can walk today. No grand gestures, just real, repeatable steps. Step 1, name it out loud or on paper. Fear thrives in the dark, shadowy corners of your mind where it grows unchecked. Shine a light on it. Grab a journal, a voice note on your phone, whatever feels least intimidating. Write it down. I'm scared of blank because blank. Get brutally specific. I'm scared of pitching my idea to the boss because what if they say no and I look like a fool? Naming it, that's half the battle won. It shrinks the giant in your head from a towering beast to a pesky gnat buzzing around your ear. Suddenly, it's manageable, visible, no longer the boss of you. Step 2, reframe the story you're telling yourself. Fear spins tales of doom. This will destroy you. You'll crash and burn, and everyone will see. But you're the author now. Flip the script with intention. This will define you in the best way. What if the no isn't a dead end, but a detour to the perfect yes? What if failing here, spectacularly, frees you up for the win that's waiting just beyond? It's not woo-woo mysticism. It's rewiring your brain for possibility. Elite athletes do this every day, visualizing the victory lap before the starting gun cracks. Navy SEALs train in the mud and the dark. You can too. Tonight, close your eyes and play the movie forward. See yourself on the other side of this fear, not just surviving, but thriving. Stronger skin, sharper instincts, a quiet knowing that you got what it takes. Step 3, act anyway, and make it micro. This is a fire starter, the spark that turns intention into ignition. Don't wait for fear to evaporate like morning mist. It won't. Motion creates emotion. Stillness breeds stagnation. Start so small it borders on absurd. 5 minutes on that scary task. Timer set. No judgment. 1 awkward ask a friend for feedback. Build the muscle like you would in the gym. 1 rep at a time. And here's the secret sauce. Celebrate the wins, no matter how whisper small. That jittery email sent, even if it sits unread. High-five yourself in the mirror. That conversation started. Words tumbling out messy. Toast to it with your favorite drink. It's proof, tangible and true. You're braver than your brain's ancient wiring wants you to believe. Over time, those micros stack into macros, a side hustle that pays, a book that's half written, a you that's fully alive. But let's keep it real for a minute, because transformation isn't a straight line, and I'm not here to sell you fairy tales. There'll be days when fear sneaks back into cracks, disguised as doubt or exhaustion, or that one bad day that feels like the universe's middle finger. You'll stumble, maybe even fall flat. That's not failure. That's the forge. The goal isn't some mythical fearlessness where you strut through life untouched. It's fear-proofing. Building a resilience so thick that fear becomes just a passenger in your car, yapping from the back seat, but never touching the wheel. Where you look back years from now and laugh, a deep belly laugh. I was scared of that. That tiny hurdle I turned into a mountain. Imagine your future self. 5 years out, 10, whatever horizon calls to you. She's fierce. She's free. She's the one who said yes when every cell in her body screamed no, who turned whispers of worry into roars of watch me. She's proof that the other side of fear isn't just relief. It's expansion, a wider world, deeper connections, a legacy that lights up rooms long after you're gone. And you're already on that path, right here, right now, by tuning in, by letting these words stir something inside, by choosing, in this very moment, to face it head on instead of scrolling past. So, here's your charge, your non-negotiable for today. Pick one fear, one tiny terror that's been squatting in your life like an unwelcome guest, and conquer it. Make that call you've been dodging. Post that vulnerable update you've drafted and deleted a dozen times. Step into that room, that opportunity, that unknown, and feel the shake, the sweat, the surge, and move anyway. Because on the other side, not just a win, not just survival, expansion, a version of you that's electric, alive, unbreakable, the kind of you who inspires others without even trying. You were born for this, not to cower in the corners, but to conquer the chaos. Fear isn't the end of your story. It's the plot twist that makes the hero shine brighter than ever. The world, it's dimmer without your light. So go, rise. Claim what's yours. And remember, always, the brave don't feel less. They feel it all and act anyway. You've got this. Now make it happen.